All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Dish Super Farmer Cigar Deck Talks. We're out on the deck enjoying some nice sunshine. Well, this is just getting. Let's try that. Tilt it up a little bit. Get some more of that beautiful sunshine sky. Gotta love it. What are we smoking? What are we drinking? So for the cigar, that zoomed in there. Definitely tell that I'm having some trouble with my camera and whatnot. This is from Oscar Valderas. It is the Round Earth cigar. It's got that great burn through band there. Very delicious, very good cigar. Thoroughly enjoying it. Highly recommend it. For the beer tonight, from Pigeon Hill, we have the Michigan Irish Stout. Pigeon Hill beers, I've had quite a few of theirs. I do actually enjoy them. Yeah, they make some pretty good beer. Not much more to say about that. Give her a good pour here. Looks good. Nice and dark beer. You gotta love it, huh? Nice dark beer. Look at the little leprechaun out there in the camera. You can't even see it, can you? Put it out there. There we go. Got the leprechaun on the camera now. Oh, that's tasty. Coffee, stouty. But actually, really even drinking, that's a lot like a Widowmaker. So you gotta love it. That's a good beer there. So anyway, we are looking here. Let me move the camera a little bit. This is just giving me some problems today. I'm sorry, folks. So as the title of the video implies, we are no longer a silk family. For those of you guys who didn't see the video, I highly recommend you watch it. I'll forget, but in case I don't, we'll put the link up there. I did a video explaining how we are a silk family. There's this phenomenon called the DINKs, the double income, no children, or no kids. And it's a very sad life. They're always very depressed individuals. I've never seen a happy one who talk about it. That's why I'm here to, I talked about having the silk. Single income, lots of kids, and it's just joyous. It's a lot of fun, excitement, it's adventures, it's being able to experience the world through someone else's eyes. Just amazing having so many kids, but then also knowing that I personally am sacrificing all the time for my kids. It really gives meaning to my life that I never thought I'd ever experience if I was single and didn't have kids. Well, folks, sadly, we are no longer going to be a silk family. That's right, Homeschooling Mama has gotten a job. She's had many jobs. I shouldn't say it like that. She's had contract jobs. She's had part-time gigs. She's worked as a professor now for 7-8 years, but they've been part-time, adjunct. A lot of just kind of, setting her own hours. Well, recently, our local church, their director of religious education wants to step back. She actually has like 4 or 5 roles, and she wants to get rid of a few of them so that she can specialize more in what she wanted to do instead of doing all these different jobs. So they posted for the director of religious education. Homeschooling Mama answered the call, decided she was going to put her name in the hat, and they absolutely loved her application. They loved her experience, they loved her knowledge, they loved her educational background. Plus, in the last few years, she's been leading a lot of adult groups with a religious education. So the church, of course, absolutely wanted her, was ecstatic that they offered her the position, and she accepted. So we now have 2 full-time incomes, or will by the end of the month. Of course, there's always paperwork. We'll have 2 full-time incomes. This is a territory we've never been in. The closest we ever got was when Homeschooling Mama did online tutoring for English as a second language. She worked for one of those companies that contracted out to China to teach Chinese kids English. She was really racking up the hours there, right? But was it truly full-time? Absolutely not. It was independent contractor work. She could open up her schedule as much as she wanted. And she would work sometimes 20, oh, there's the rooster saying hello, 20 hours a week easily. But it was not what would be classified as full-time. This is a full-time, 35 hours a week with benefits, with everything that comes with a full-time gig. So it's kind of scary. Luckily, a good part of it, or at least a portion of it, she can work from home. She can set her own hours still. There are very set times that the priest wants her to be in the office, available to take calls, talk to parents, and of course, CCD is going on, the Sunday school or Catholic initiation or Catholic education. Catechist, that's the word. She has to be there. But by and large, she's going to be prepping classes, doing research, dealing with teachers and student issues, setting up retreats, setting up additional educational classes for both adults and children, with most of her focus being on children. They really want someone to focus in on the K-12, which will be a little bit of a switch. Currently, she's been focusing in on the post-confirmation crew, getting kids and adults to study the Bible more. I'm super proud of her. This is a really big deal, but it is very much uncharted territory. As I've talked about in quite a few videos, by being a homeschooler, you're kind of resolving yourself to only really having one income. Because the whole purpose of homeschooling is to have one parent home to really be able to do the lessons and to be there to help guide the students in their education. And that has been Homeschooling Mama, 100%. She's been the one really directing them with their education. Well, with 2 kids going off to college, the rest of them pretty much at the age they're autodidactic. Does she have to be home full time? No. So what does that mean? For the first time in 20 years, we're going to have a second income. Now, mind you, again, we budget, we pinch pennies, we coupon, we do whatever we can to try and live off of my income. So what are we going to do with a second income? It is very much uncharted territory. One, we did sit down, we talked about this, of course we're always talking. We're definitely going to pay off our house first. Put her wages towards paying off the house. And then probably pretty shortly thereafter, we're probably going to start putting monies down on our student loans, get those paid off. But that's like 3 years max to get those all paid off. Because already we're putting a lot of my paycheck towards the house, try and pay the house off early. Our student loans are not bad. They're very manageable. So we talked about what are we going to do with this second income. Blow it on toys? Well, tempting, right? Get brand new cars, some dirt bikes, some four-wheelers. But honestly, we sat back and we started dreaming and scheming. And it'd be really fun to do is we go to one of these spaghetti dinners, these benefit dinners that they have. We have tons of them in the UP. They're like a hallmark. I don't know, is that something they have outside of the UP? Downstate, do they have spaghetti dinners and pancake breakfasts to raise money for worthy causes? I don't know. Question I'd probably ask my teammates, but to go to one of these spaghetti dinners and drop $1,000, right? Just drop $1,000 into an envelope, give it to the people serving there. To be able to say, hey, we personally are going to fund 10 students to go to Steubenville retreats. Again, it's extra money. We have our house paid off. My income is more than covering our needs. Yeah, we could screw around with the money. But even right now, if we have extra money, we try to donate it. We try to, we're always giving to, well, we go to those banquets, we go to those spaghetti dinners, we go to those pancake breakfasts to really support those organizations. We buy people food. We very rarely give them money. I'm against giving people just cash in hand, except in those benefits and whatnot. But we don't mind a simpler life. We don't mind having used cars, and if the price of beef right now is through the roof, so we're eating more pork and chicken. If pork or chicken goes up, we'll buy more beef. If all three go up, we hunt deer. That supplements our meat. And even Homeschooling Mama admits that, it would be really interesting, a lot of fun to, they have a raffle. Buy $1,000 worth of raffle tickets for the church. Buy some school supplies or subscriptions or stuff for the center. It is literally something we've never had, an abundance of extra money, but no other desires to do stuff with it. Maybe the one thing we did talk about we'll splurge and buy for ourselves is we do want to redo our kitchen. Our kitchen is just an absolute disaster. It was not designed for cooking in mind. It was designed for entertaining. So we would redo our kitchen. That we've already kind of set aside that no, that's probably going to come after we pay off the house and maybe after we pay off the college loans, is to redo the kitchen. We're kind of both getting pretty sick and tired of it. But it's a weird place to be in, to have two full-time incomes supporting us. And that's something we haven't had. I'm not sure what to do with it. What do you do if one person's income can cover the bills? What do you do with the other one? Is it just a toy factory? Do you suddenly modify your living to be more extravagant? I don't know. I hope to find out. I really do hope that we don't just, live more extravagantly or say, well, now we should get new cars and we should get four-wheelers and we should get, this stuff, because we never had it. We never had the ability to buy it. We've always went more frugal. I hope we continue to be frugal and, really use that extra money for good. Is there a chance we won't? 100%. Yeah, there's a chance. Will we get money hungry? It's possible. It is very possible. I'd like to say that, every raise I've ever gotten, we stick that immediately into a 401k or we end up donating that money. But sometimes we just allow ourselves to, buy non-ground meat. Maybe buy some real hamburger instead of always, cutting it with venison. Is it possible we'll just transfer her income into a more liquid state? Yeah. Greed has a way of seeping through the cracks. But, I don't have a love for money. I'm not one who chases higher and higher paying jobs. Usually when I switch jobs, it's not because, well, this one will pay me more. It's more to either offer me benefits or security. A lot of my jobs, the funding just ran out. Some of them are for mental health purposes. I'm be honest, there's more mental health job transfers I've had than there has been for other reasons. So I'm hoping that because I don't currently chase the dollar, have the love of money, that once we have this extra income, that continues. Could be great for us. Who knows? Maybe it'll doom us. Who knows? But yeah, new venture. No longer silks. No longer are we going to be single income. Lots of kids. Will now be two incomes. Lots of kids. TILKs? TILK? Yeah. I'll have to wordsmith that a little bit. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go scheming and dreaming. Enjoy my cigar. As you can hear, I've got kids in the pool, so I guess I'll go sit with them. But stay safe out there. See you on the next one.